Hello everyone, I'm Aratrika Bhomik and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts Today on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country today. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court and then cover High Courts and other lower courts. Today, the Supreme Court of India held that junior resident doctors serving in employee state insurance corporation run hospitals as part of their bond period cannot claim 50% in-service quota for postgraduate courses at par with insurance medical officers. The bench of Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and A.S. Bopana was hearing a petition seeking to declare all junior resident doctors to be eligible for the in-service quota for doctors of the ESIC for the purpose of inclusion for reservation in PG courses. The court underscored that there is a clear distinction in law between the junior resident doctors and regularly recruited ESIC doctors, and the in-service quota is therefore only made available to the latter category. The Supreme Court today quashed the proceedings in the PIL pending before the Tripura High Court, challenging the security cover given to billionaire businessman Mukesh Ambani and his family in Mumbai. The bench of Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana, Justices Krishna Murari and Hema Kohli also directed the Government of India to continue giving the security cover to the family. Questioning the locus of the petitioner who filed the PIL before the High Court, the bench also opined that there was no need for the High Court to entertain the PIL since the family was paying the cost of security provided by the government. The Supreme Court today issued notice in a plea by former Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yedurappa against Karnataka High Court's order of refusing to quash the FIR registered under Prevention of Corruption Act for allegedly denotifying parcels of land and allotting it to entrepreneurs during his tenure as the Deputy Chief Minister of the state between February 2006 and October 2007. The bench of CJI N.V. Ramana, Justice Krishna Murari and Hema Kohli also stayed the High Court's order dated December 22, 2020. The Supreme Court today dismissed a petition seeking to raise the smoking age to 21 years and to ban the sale of loose cigarettes. A bench of Justices Sanjay Kishan Kaul and Sudhashnu Dhulia also came down heavily on the petitioner during the hearing today by remarking that the petition was filed for gaining publicity and that it is unfortunate that advocates are resorting to such tactics. Criticizing the new trend of high courts passing irrelevant observations and orders while considering bail applications, the Supreme Court today set aside a bail condition imposed by the Allahabad High Court to seal the premises of Muhammad Ali Jauhar University at Rampur while granting bail to Samajwadi Party leader Azam Khan. A bench comprising Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and J.B. Pardiwala expressed disappointment at the new trend in bail orders and accordingly set aside the bail condition, which resulted in the sealing of the premises of the university, while making it clear that the other conditions imposed by the High Court would prevail throughout the bail period. The Supreme Court today issued notice in a plea assiding Maharashtra government's decision of making it mandatory for all shops and establishments in the state to display signboards in Marathi written in the Devanagari script. The SLP preferred by Federation of Retail Traders Welfare Association against Bombay High Court's order of upholding the state's government's decision was listed before a bench of Justices K.M. Joseph and Rishikesh Roy. Before the High Court, the association had argued that there was no rationale in the decision of the state government to impose the said condition and that the state's choice of language cannot be imposed upon shops. The Supreme Court today issued notice on a special leave petition filed by the state of Tripura challenging an interim order passed by the Tripura High Court which directed the state government to enhance the salary of the staff of the High Court as per the recommendations of the 6th Central Pay Commission with effect from January 1, 2006. Later, the High Court initiated suo motu contempt proceedings against the state government for not implementing the directions. Senior advocate Ranjit Kumar, representing the state of Tripura, told the Supreme Court that the High Court has summoned the Chief Secretary in the contempt proceedings and has asked him to appear before the court on July 25th. A bench comprising Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and A.S. Bopanna today, while issuing notice returnable within 3 weeks on the state's SLP, requested the High Court to defer the contempt proceedings in the meantime. A writ petition filed challenging the levy of the Goods and Services Tax on disability equipment was mentioned before the Supreme Court today. The writ petition filed in 2017 was mentioned before a bench led by Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. In 2020, the court had granted the petitioner liberty to move a representation before the GST Council seeking waiver of GST on disability equipments. However, the levy of GST was not abolished. Today, the bench agreed to list the matter for hearing in September. The Kerala High Court today granted interim bail to the State Secretary of the Students' Federation of India, who was taken into custody for the second time after he violated the bail conditions imposed upon him. Justice Veju Abraham granted interim bail to Arsho PM till 3rd August and permitted him to appear for his exams conducted by the MG University, which are scheduled from 23rd July till 3rd August. While granting interim bail, the court also imposed a condition that he shall not enter the Ernakulam district for the purpose of writing the examination. The Delhi High Court today reserved order and an appeal against the order passed by a single judge which had dismissed a plea against denial of information sought regarding decisions taken by the Supreme Court Collegium in a meeting held on December 12, 2018. A bench comprising Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad said that the bench would pass appropriate orders after hearing Advocate Prashant Bhushan appearing for the appellant, activist Anjali Bhardwaj. Bhushan argued that the matter raised an important issue concerning transparency in appointment of judges and also pointed out that the then Chief Justice of India, Justice Gogoi, who was heading the collegium, had mentioned in his autobiography that a decision was taken to recommend names of 2 judges for appointment. However, the letter was not sent to the law minister and that the matter was decided to be kept in abeyance. The Karnataka High Court today issued notice to the state government on a petition challenging the constitutional validity of its laws on anti-religious conversion. A division bench of Acting Chief Justice Alok Aradhe and Justice G.M. Kazi issued notice on a public interest litigation petition filed by Evangelical Fellowship of India and All Karnataka United Christian Forum for Human Rights, challenging the ordinance titled the Karnataka Protection of Right to Freedom of Religion Ordinance 2022. The court has directed the state government to file its statement of objections in 4 weeks' time and posted the matter thereafter. Thank you. Keep watching Courts Today on LiveLaw for more such updates.